Okay, so let's figure out how to use these graphing calculators. 6.2, this is some graphing of polynomials and synthetic substitution, which we have already done synthetic substitution. But right now I want to make sure that we're plugging stuff in on the calculators correctly is all that I want to make sure we're doing here. So get your calculator and go and press the Y equals button. And after you press the Y equals button, I want you to clear everything out, so press clear and clear that all out. We need to learn how to type this stuff in. So when we're doing this, the X key looks like this. This is your X key. So press that button whenever you want to use your calculator to graph an X. You press that and you get an X. And that is right beside your alpha key. There is no cubed button on here. So in order to get something in the air, right underneath the clear button, there's a caret sign. So you want to press that caret sign and then a 3. That means now it's x to the third power. Then you can just do plus 3x and a minus 1. Remember, x is this button right here, so plus a 3x and then minus 1. And after you press all of that, go to graph. So hit the graph button at the top right corner. And a rough sketch of this kind of looks like it just zooms in quick like that, right? That's just a really rough sketch of it. So it looks like the graph is doing. We can find the exact points, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to find out what these exact points are of this graph now. That's the plan. So press this for me. Go to second and graph. Press that second and graph. When you do that, you have a list of points. You have -2, -15. You have -1 and -5. You have 0, -1. You have 1, 3. You have 2, 13. Okay, so let's try to plot whatever we can. Well, I can't plot -2, 15. That's off the thing. I can graph -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's -1, -5. Here is 0, -1. Here is 1, 3. And 2, 13 would be somewhere up here. So what we're saying is, press graph again so you can see the picture, and try your best to draw and connect the dots. And see how the graph curves. It's not a straight line, right? Look on your thing. It's not a straight line. It does kind of curve. So keep that in mind. The next problem, what I want you to do is go to Y equals. So press Y equals again and clear it. So go to clear and clear that all out. Now I want you to type in your X, which remember that's right beside the alpha. So press X, then, or sorry, we don't want X. Clear that out of there. We don't want X. Press the negative button, which is at the bottom, the very, very bottom. Press that negative button. Then we want a 2, so -2. Then press that xt theta n button and caret sign to the 4th power plus 3. Then the button right beside alpha again for x and then -1. And when you go to graph, a rough sketch of that graph is kind of something like this. Kind of goes down and comes up, right? A rough little sketch of that graph. So instead of making it a rough sketch, let's find the exact point. So when I press second graph again, I have a table. And the only points that it looks like I can graph are -1, -6, 0, -1, 1, 0, and we got 2, -27. So, -1, -6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0, -1 is right here. 1, 0 is here. And 2, that's the whole way, way off the paper. So the point is, when I go to draw this, I kind of just go up, connect the points, and I know that 2 is way down there. And there is what the graph would look like using the graphing calculator. This right here, I want to make sure you type this stuff in correctly. When it's over 4, that's actually like saying it's 1/4 x cubed. Okay, 1/4 x cubed plus 2x plus 1. So to type this in the calculator, this is what I want you to make sure it looks like. Parentheses, hit the parentheses key. 1, then divided by 4, then end parentheses, then x, caret sign, 3. Okay, that'll give you 1/4 x cubed. Then you can do plus 2x plus 1. Okay, when you plot that all in there. So go to y equals, remember parentheses 1 divided by 4, end parentheses, x, caret sign, 3, plus 2x plus 1. And when you go to graph, when we go to take a look at what this looks like being graphed, it kind of comes out a little wider and goes out a little wider, which is absolutely no problem. So press second graph so we can see what everything looks like, and the points that I end up getting are -2, -5, right? And if you scroll up, right above that was -3, -11.75. You have -1 and -1.25. You got 0, 1. You got 1, 3.25. You got 2, 7. And 3, 13.25. So let me just try to plot some of these to see what we get from our table. -3 and -11.75 is off. So -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is right there. -1, -1.125, 0, 1 is right there. 1, 1, 2, 3.25, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right there, and 3, 13 would be somewhere up here. So you simply just connect your dots, and there we are. So there's that graph. And that is it for graphing. So please keep in mind when you are graphing these, okay, it's very simple on the graphing calculator, but I want you to be as accurate as you can. So go to second graph, get a list of your points, and go back to graph and connect them after you plot them so that everything looks as best as it can. Thank you very much.